Hi, my name is Chris Marks. I am a mom, a wife, a yoga instructor, and the Human Resources Coordinator for the Shawano School District. Happy you are joining us for our first in the Wellness Wednesdays series. I am going to be doing a three-part series on mindfulness. So this will be the first part of that series. So join me the first Wednesday of each of the next months in February and March, and you'll get to hear the full story on mindfulness for me. I shouldn't say the full story, but the parts that I'm preparing to share with you. So I've been doing a bit of thinking about mindfulness in preparation for this series, and first want to kind of define mindfulness for you. So this is my definition, but I think it's a very easy one to help you really concentrate on what this series is going to be about and just to keep in the back of your head. So think of mindfulness as just paying attention, being intentional with your attention, to be more specific, but just thinking about the things that you want to be present for in your life and really attentive. So living in the moment is something that you'll hear quite a bit too with regards to mindfulness. It's not thinking about what's in the future, what's yet to come, or what's already happened, but really being available for whatever's right in front of you, the task at hand. Even if it just means being still. Maybe it means going to sleep, being mindful that as we lay ourselves down to go to bed at night, we want to still our minds and just be able to fall into a deep slumber, right? And start the next day fresh and alive. So, but that's the definition that I'm going to be working with for this video series. So I want you to think of mindfulness as having three parts. So first and foremost, you need to be mindful with yourself. You got to be very careful about what goes on in your mind for mindfulness, but also your physical self, taking care of your physical self. You need to be conscious of what you're listening to, the stimulus for your ears and for your eyes. And so thinking about all those components, but that's all in regards to yourself. The next part of mindfulness is your interaction with other people, so others around us. So maybe it's your family, maybe it's your coworkers, friends, you know, there's lots of people. It just could be somebody in the grocery store. The other part is the environment around us. So the environment is kind of a very broad term. It's, you know, there's so many things. People are really part of our environment too, but that needs its own part for the purpose of this series. But the environment is your physical space. It's, you know, the things that you're exposing yourself to regularly. First and foremost, so like I said, I want to talk about ourselves, right? So you got to take care of yourself. If you don't have anything left to give because you're so busy running around taking care of others, then you're not going to be able to truly share your gift of attentionness and mindfulness with others, which really is our most important gift. It also means thinking about the food you put in your mouth, right, in your body. So being intentional about that which you consume. So asking yourself, am I eating this for emotional satisfaction, or is this something I truly need to nourish myself and sustain life, right? So being conscious of those and mindful of the decisions you make and not mindlessly eating. So setting up some things for yourself with that. Physical activity too, being very mindful about how you feel. So we're all super conscious about, is that a tingle in my throat? Is that, you know, am I coughing? Do I have a headache? You know, we've been more mindful than ever about our physical well-being because of COVID, but you know, body in action and body in motion stays in motion, right? So the more you find yourself sitting around and not getting up and moving, which I know is hard in the winter, there's lots of different things you can do. You're looking for opportunities to be active. So meditation too, so stilling that mind too. You can sit silently and just, you know, practice some breathing techniques. You can, there's lots of apps for being mindful. Or meditating, excuse me. You can practice yoga, which I obviously am a big fan of that, being a yoga instructor. Writing down 2 or 3 highlights from the day and 2 or 3 intentions for the next day. But the act of physically writing does so much to help solidify in your head what it is you want to be mindful about the next day. You know, pick one thing for the next week or month to really focus your attention on and be mindful of to care for you. So that's really where it starts. Each breath we have the opportunity to set new intentions for ourselves and just live very mindfully. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll see you next month.